My nigga 2-4 the GOAT, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga rich and silver chain around the neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show, coming live, speak about the world. Know that we is still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the A.T.L show.
Nice show, Miss Felicia Evans. How are you doing tonight, Felicia?
I am well. How are you all doing?
Great. Do you want me to call you Felicia or Fee?
Fee.
Fee is fine. Okay. Okay. Before we get into the show, I just want to remind everybody, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're on our road to 5,000. We've got a special treat for you once we hit 5,000. So definitely hit that subscribe button, like, and definitely share and comment below. And when you comment below, we'll see your comments on the screen, and we will respond accordingly. Again, I'm the Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Okay. Before we get right into tonight's topic, it's going to be quite interesting, to say the least. You know, I'm always finding information and stuff that on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever that I want to share with you guys before we get into the meat of the show. But one thing I definitely wanted to share with you guys is this here. As an 18-year-old, Ahmad Muhammad is the first black male valedictorian in his school 106-year history, and he's headed to Stanford University in the fall. That's awesome. Ahmad also he applied at 11 colleges and universities. Um, let's say here he applied at the University of California, University of Southern California, Howard, Columbia, Princeton, Hartford, and Stanford, and he was accepted to all of them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
stuff like that is not necessarily mentioned on or publicized on the media, but we're gonna show it here. We're all about black excellence. So we applaud and hands up, go out
Yes.
to him and his family. And then one more thing that I found that I was kind of baffled was I saw this, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, what is this? So I was like, so I looked a little further, and I realized that in this city of New Orleans, they have a festival that they have every year where it's something red dress, and what it is everyone goes out and they wear red dresses, and I thought it was kind of interesting, to say the least. So I was like, okay. Now my question, I really wanted Legacy on here because the question was going to be for him pertaining to this. But of course, we lost Mr. Legacy. I wanted to ask the men, would they participate in such festival?
I can answer it for Legacy. Hell no.
And you know that's what he will be saying.
I got you, Legacy. I got you.
Yes. And I thought that was quite interesting that the city of New Orleans, they basically blocked off a couple of blocks. It's almost like a block party. We used to have back in West Palm Beach and in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, we have block parties. So it's almost like a block party where they have an out street festival, and everyone wears a red dress. And I thought it was interesting. So even the straight guys are wearing them. Or are they straight?
Let me tell you, they ain't straight. They just telling you how that they got a crook in it and they want to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Legacy. His internet is acting up again. I want to hear his point of view. Come on, Mr. Legacy. Come on, tune in the Comcast cable.
Drive by on y'all. She know.
He just buffering so bad. We're moving right along. We have a very special show tonight.
No, gone again.
Hello,
Hello?
Tony. I think Tony and Legacy went out.
Uh-oh.
We
Uh-oh.
lost both of them.
Both of them.
And you would think I would have got lost because I'm the one that's on I-95.
We both on here. So what we gonna talk about now?
Girl, let's get into it. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
He's gonna come back in.
There you go.
Okay, got Legacy back.
Okay.
Now we got to work on Tony. Legacy. He doing the mannequin challenge.
Oh, okay. The mannequin challenge.
Yes, doing the extra special
TeAma, where
challenge.
Tony?
You hear me
Right
now?
there.
There you go.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Hear you now.
Okay. Legacy. Glad you could join. I just want to ask you a quick question. This is about the presentation we just showed on the screen, and we just needed to get your honest opinion. At the city of New Orleans, they do a festival. Then it's called something red dress, where everybody at the festival wears a red dress. And
Look up Legacy.
Mr. Legacy, are you with us, Legacy?
No.
Legacy. Legacy.
He's definitely not there. You already know the answer.
Anyway, we're gonna get right into
I,
fee. We're gonna get into fee. I don't want to waste any of her time. But anyway, you still y'all still hear me?
We
Yes.
still hear you.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, I saw Miss Fee on someone else's podcast, someone else's YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, and I was so blown away and intrigued at everything that I was seeing and hearing that I was like, we as a black culture, we as a black people, this is the type of information that we're blinded to, that we're totally oblivious to, and I figure, some of what she was talking about, I've already heard about, and some of which I'm totally new to. But what I wanted her to do was come onto our show and our platform and educate us as a black people, us as a race, as a culture, and share what she does, share her knowledge. Like, I had no idea what, and correct me if I'm saying it wrong, like doula.
Yes. You said it
I had
right.
no idea what doula is or was or what it does. I had no idea what Rike is. So I was kind of baffled with it all, but I was still intrigued enough that I said I want to learn.
Okay.
So that's why I'm inviting you onto the show. And then I noticed that you were into holistic healing and you into the sea moss and the herbs and all that. So that also impressed me because I take the sea moss, I take the black seed oil, my goalie gummies, my elderberries, so I'm into all of that natural stuff as well. So basically what I want to do, I want to just turn the show over to you and tell us who you are, what do you do, and where can they find you?
Cool beans. Again, hey everybody. Hey.
Hey.
I am Fee Evans, out of Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised. Country those stuff. And I do holistic healing. And I started doing it because I needed healing. I needed to get my life together because it wasn't together 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I had to work on a lot of stuff with me. And then when I tried different things like the yoni steaming, which is something I do at my studio, where we actually do womb health for women, and we steam out trauma, and we help with digestion and overall just healing of the womb. I used to do it for myself, and that kind of helped me with a lot of cycle issues like heaviness and PMS and all that stuff. So I was like, I need to share this with everybody. So I actually got my certification and learned that for men, it's called lingam steam. And that helps with overall prostate health. It helps with digestion and libido and sperm count, fertility. So I do that at the studio. I also do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master where actually it's kind of like a massage for your energy. And so what it does is there's 7 main chakras, and what I can do is read your chakras and figure out which ones are not working or not moving or stagnant or no color at all. And I bring them to the forefront and bring them back to normal. And that's kind of like helps you purge everything that if you feeling like I'm just down, why am I feeling so bad? I mean, everything is up for me. I'm good on finances, but what's up? It's your energy. So not only do I do that, I do herbs. I don't like taking medicine. I can't do it. I don't do it. So that tapped me into going into herbals. And when I went to Brazil like 2 years ago, I had a donor, which is one of the older women over there. She looked at me and she says, "You a healer?" And I'm like, "What? You don't know me? Wait a minute." You know, she spoke Portuguese, so we got a translator, Miss Jasmine Dominique, and she translated. She said, "She's saying you a healer." And I'm like, "I got an accounting degree, ma'am. When I get back to the States, I got a good job. What you mean a healer?" So,
Right.
but when I came back to the States, it just started to line up. People were calling me left and right, like, how do I heal this? How do I heal that? I'm like, I don't know, but I have to start researching because I like to help. So yeah, I do the herbals, the yoni steam, and then I became a doula. In the midst of all of this, it all kind of fell into my lap at one time. And that's just basically having a best friend by you during your whole pregnancy, from start to postpartum, and even after. So I don't do the midwife duties, but I'm just there to support, to look out for you, to know what different medicines they're putting into your IV, stopping them from doing that, creating your birth plan for you, and just being there to help you like push through and make that experience the best, because we have so many Black moms that are dying, so many Black babies that are dying because we're not educated on how the hospital works with us. They just want to push us in and push us out, nothing in between. And so I'm that in between pregnancy and the doctors. So yeah, I think that's everything I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, how does this work with the men?
Okay. For the men, you actually are steaming your ass, your anus. Okay. I have special pants. Because some men, you know, like, I don't want to wear no skirt. That's okay. I got you. And so basically you steaming your anus and you're sitting on the pot of herbs, and it's a mixture of blends of different herbs that I do for men only. And they just sit there for 45 minutes and allow for the herbs. Look at him shaking his head. Allow for the herbs. Listen, like, this is all prostate health. This is all because men don't like going to the doctor. Y'all don't like, like for real. Like, so instead of going there, just coming to my studio where it's private, is, you know, ain't nobody gonna tell your business. You're coming in and you steaming 45 minutes, and you'll tell a whole difference after steaming. So, yeah.
TeAma had a question earlier. Go ahead and ask your question.
Huh?
You had a question about the balls.
Oh, see, she just said it's just for the anus.
Yes.
So that won't even work for worn out penis and saggy balls.
No, it does, because the herbs actually go to the lingam. The lingam is the shaft. So, but it has to enter through a hole, and that's the anus part. So it actually does get, the herbs know where to go to be able to help with all of that. The stamina, all of that. Like, all of that.
And do
my
you have
call me and they be TMI sometimes. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, sis." All right.
Can you do a gift card through your business? Because we got a birthday coming up, and Mr. Legacy will be going.
Okay. Look, he disappeared.
Because he knew I was coming for him. He knew that question was directed for how he do worn out vaginas.
So the man just steaming out his duty hole.
Yes, and you're in comfortable pants, and we're chilling. You know, we drinking some good old like sea moss smoothies. We drinking green juice in that joint. We drinking, like, if you got herbal tea option, and we just chill. It's just like a whole. I make it masculine. It's not like feminine at all. Like, all the men who have come, it's like, okay, that's pretty cool, and they come back every month. It's pretty cool. Like, I promise, it's cool. It's cool.
I love it. You my new favorite person, B.
Just one time.
Yeah.
Legacy, I don't know what's going on with my sound. Is kind of low where I can't hardly hear y'all. So I'm gonna go out and come back in again. Maybe I'm mishearing some stuff about this dude hole being steamed. I'm just gonna come back in because I know I misheard some things. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in again.
No.
And we're gonna see if we talk about the same thing. Hold on.
I can't stand him. He always on some foolishness.
Oh goodness!
He's gonna go out and come back in.
And gotta come back in. I'm over it.
Do you do the colonics or? colon cleansing?
Do I do it? No, I do. I have created a detox that does the colon cleansing. And a lot of my clients that take the detox, if you eat meat, I suggest detoxing every 6 months. But if you don't, once a year. And so the detox that I do is either 7 or 14 days. And it's just pills that you take and you have to drink, spring water and only eat raw fruits and vegetables, no cooking on my detox. And it will flush you out, completely out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's going to do an overall cleanse of everything from your blood, kidneys, liver, colon, blood, all of that. So it's a full body detox.
Now, what I've learned and read somewhere is that, like I saw you had this here on your Instagram page.
Yes.
And I just saw alkaline, so that gave me. I wanted to bring that up. Is one thing I've learned about. If your body is at an alkaline state, that sickness can't live.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I'm trying to choose my words right. So your system helps to get the body to an alkaline state.
Yes.
Alkaline state. Okay.
Yes. So a lot of my clients, after they do the detox, they test themselves with the alkaline strips.
Mm-hmm.
And all you do is basically you urinate on it in the morning, and it will give you your reading, so you will know. So yeah, my family, when my daughter started sniffling, let's test. And then if she does, we just basically eat raw fruits and vegetables that whole day, drink water, to get her back up, to get her alkalinity back up to the 7.5. So yeah, no disease can live in the alkaline body because you're basically at a normal where you can actually fight off any and everything if it does come to you.
Okay. I was noticing also on your Instagram page, the elderberries can eliminate cold and flu symptoms within 48 hours. Want to elaborate on that just a little bit?
She mannequin it.
She may need to go out and come back in. Fee, go out and come back in. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, so we've lost Fee. Let's wait.
And Legacy, Tony wanted to know, would you wear a dress if it was part of a festival?
Hell no. I don't give a damn who festival it is.
I told you, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a no. It was a hell no.
I missed the answer.
Hell no. Just like that.
So Legacy is once a year. It's just a festival.
You have to balance out the male.
Didn't you just hear me say hell no?
Your balls will be able to breathe.
I agree.
I know how to let my balls breathe when I take a shower and get in the bed and lay naked by the wall. I don't need a damn dress on.
Why?
Wow.
I just explained.
Okay. Anyway, back to Miss Fee. Miss Fee.
Yeah. I'm back.
You also sell the
What is
now, even though you have information, pretty much the same as Dr. Sabi. We know that big pharmaceuticals don't want a lot of people to know this stuff that you're telling today.
No.
Why is it that even though big pharmaceuticals don't want people to know this, why is it that we don't have enough advertisement from people like you or people that have way more money than we do who believe in this holistic healing thing? Why is it that they don't promote it? And if they do promote it, they promote it in an in-house, small market thing, as if they're scared to go up against big pharmaceutical. Because see, you got to remember, Dr. Sebi also had a major lawsuit against him that he won from healing over 40 people from HIV and cancer, also AIDS, diabetes, heart disease, and things of those natures. And even with him winning it, it's still to a point to where people still don't really believe in holistic healing.
Well,
So I mean, why is it that y'all don't have enough people? What I mean that y'all are actually helping to where y'all could actually like film videos, show proof that this person came to you in this state and dealing with you for months on end. This person went from being cancer bedridden to a pure alkaline state and no longer has cancer in them. So why is there no marketing?
That's a good question. And libations to Dr. Sebi, because that was who guided me on my path of being more mindful about what I eat. Because I was overweight and sick, and I had a lot going on with myself that I had to figure out what was going on. And the reason why is because of fear. A lot of people, they say the theory is Dr. Sebi was killed because he was trying to actually build a whole holistic center in Honduras where you just pay $1, right? And you can actually go over and get all the healing that you need, mind, body, spirit, and all of that. So it's fear. And then number two, I've helped so many people heal when they go back to their doctor is putting fear back into them, making them stay on their high blood pressure medicine, even though they've proven that they don't have high blood pressure anymore because, hey, I went to feed, I did these herbs, I did this detox for 2 weeks, I'm good, right? And the doctor's like, well, you don't want to come off them too fast, so keep taking them. But if you don't have high blood pressure anymore, why? So we battling against Big Pharma, who has more money, and then on top of that, fear that they're going to come and take everything away from us because we're going to make them lose money because they don't have to go, going back every month or every 2 months to get medicine, where it's a one-stop shop for me. Because I don't want people to keep coming back to me. I teach them, this is how you can do this at home on top of, coming to heal. But it's fear on top of that. And it's like, our crowd is not big enough to make a bark. Even some people, what was it? Nick Cannon tried to come out with a documentary and it still hasn't come out.
Well, Nick Cannon was coming out with it as he was supposed to have taken the baton from Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle, yes.
And Nipsey is picked it up behind Dr. Sebi, and then all of a sudden he was dead, and then Nick Cannon. As you look now, Nick don't do nothing on Facebook or nothing anymore.
Nope.
They've completely shut Nick down because Nick has no voice anymore. But the thing is, all those millions of dollars. First of all, Nick was already raised and brought up in a family that had millions and millions of dollars. So he's made millions and millions of dollars. But even with him losing, wilding out, it's like, if you really believed in what it was that you was talking about, the money that you got or the money that you've made should have made it easier for you to step out even more. Because now they blackballed you to a degree, so now you have a better platform to step out on and say, see, when you talk about truth, this is what they do.
This is what happens, yeah.
But he himself, I believe in his heart, he really wanted to do that. But I also believe, everybody are clout chasing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because even with that being done to you, they taking that away from you. That still shouldn't stop you from pursuing what it was you said that you wanted to do.
Right.
They probably gave him a warning shot on his life too.
That's what I believe. That's just like we talk about.
That's what you got to realize. He had then already realized that he was gonna, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it was gonna hit his money. So he still went out there.
Yep.
So it had to be a little bit more to that scenario that was like, listen here.
So we don't know.
Either get in line or you be in that body bag right next to him.
Right.
But this is the thing that I try to get people to understand. And you know, people say that there's a generation gap that dropped off in the civil rights movement and in the movement of black people, and that's between the mid 80s and the 90s, where that civil rights movement kind of stopped because we kind of felt like we had made it. But truth be told, I just feel like, you know, if I'm pretty sure Malcolm got threats on his life. I'm pretty sure Martin got threats. Medgar Everett's got threats. Booker T. Washington got threats. Thurgood Marshall got threats for trying to move forward. And if those folks were not willing to do the things that they needed to do, even with the cost of them losing their lives, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And we're not far, because the civil rights movement and the Jim Crow laws, we're just maybe 60 years removed from that, if you did the calculation on it. So if we're going to be afraid of laying our lives down in order to make the generation better, especially when you're a person that got that type of money, you can buy protection, you can do whatever you need to do. But I just feel like he was just clout chasing, because none of that couldn't have censored me if I knew that this is something that I really wanted to do to make life better for the generation of African Americans and people that's coming behind me.
Ooh. Let me help you, because you keep going back to his money. Nick Cannon ain't nothing but a welfare check compared to the billion-dollar industry of pharmaceuticals.
That's real.
But I know that, TeAma.
He is a full. I want you to know, a full freaking welfare check.
I hear you on that.
In half.
I understand you on that, but what I'm saying is, he's already made his money. He already made his money. So now that you've made your money, they may have stopped you from bringing in residual.
Listen, you can make your money, but your life.
Income.
That's different. But there's no cost for your life.
Your life.
So basically, we shouldn't have had. So basically, Martin Luther King shouldn't have died. Malcolm X shouldn't have died. All these people that lost their lives in the civil rights movement shouldn't have lost their life.
Let me tell you the difference. No, listen. They had to lose their life. They didn't have Google. They didn't have internet. They barely had a good enough phone. So anything, if you see there's a black person, first it was before any of these. I say before any of these, you have internet. If you see there's so many people that are trying to bring something your way, and each time they get railroaded, and you don't make it your business to educate yourself, there's nobody to blame but yourself.
I hear you.
That man has a whole family, kids.
All of those people have families, TeAma.
Listen, but they had no choice back then. Right now, if a person say, listen, you can go get this right here. Magic Johnson been doing it since 82. You don't decide to take your brain to go figure out what they're talking about. That is your laziness.
Let me again, you're making my point, because if you look at what actually went on in the civil rights movement, people did not move until there were certain people who was in place to ignite what needed to be done. Sometimes you have to put your life on the line in order for change to take place.
But in the day and time that we in, you don't have to put your life on the line for people to take heed. Because, honey, it could be one new dance that come out, a new saying that be on YouTube, and before you know it, goodbye, Felicia. That's why Felicia say, call me Fee.
Call me Fee.
Bitch, no, I'm sorry. It's not like back in the days with Martin Luther King. Nowadays, anything you want to know is at your fingertips. Everything Fee did, I learned just by having cancer.
You can have all the knowledge that you want. It still does not mean that you have any power to move something.
But let me tell you, everything. Go ahead, Fee.
I just think that right now, a lot of people we become selfish. Back then, when it comes to Malcolm X and Martin, they were not selfish.
Exactly.
So, even when it comes to a business, like say for instance, you started your own business and you thought your homegirl was your homegirl for 30 years, but she can't even like your stuff because she being selfish.
Yes.
And on top of that is support. Those two things, they had support. Martin, all of them had support, and they were not selfish at all. We don't even have that. We lost that between Martin and now, because now everything got to be little. Your little business. Why got to be little, sis? Like we've been rocking for 30 years. Why you had to
because she
can't. You're so right.
Yeah, those are the two things. I think that's the difference between why people not.
Me and Tony talk about this all the time. I don't know. Has she froze?
No. No, she's still good. She's good. No, you're good too.
We can see you.
He froze on his side to himself.
He froze on his side.
But no, let me tell you, you could tell somebody, hey, listen.
Okay.
I done beat cancer 6 times.
Okay.
You just not meeting me. The first time I encountered that I had cancer was July 23rd, 2000. Just before my 20th birthday, I found out that I had ovarian cancer.
Oh.
Literally, July 24th, I went into surgery. My whole crew went off to Jamaica because we hadn't already booked our trip and everything. I stayed. I told them to go.
Okay.
So I had my first surgery.
Okay.
When I tell you, I have been through it to where I could tell someone, this is what you need to pay for. This is what you need to do. Let me tell you the first thing they'll tell you. I ain't got no money for that. I got bills. If you die tomorrow, guess what? You ain't got none of the above.
Right. Ooh.
So you could literally give Black people, not even Black people, people in general, the knowledge. But if it's not something they ready to receive and actually ready to move on, honey, you're talking to the wall.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck on that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I get that a whole lot. Especially
if
they see that they're healed, especially if they see that they're good. If they're not ready to change, it's kind of like you said, it's the wall. And I get frustrated because I be like, I want you see that is happening. Like this is mind blows me sometimes. And it makes me cry. And I be like, bro or sis, like for real.
And then they tell you, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to this. Let's break this down.
Okay.
If you start taking this medication, you start taking these herbal things, you do it this way. Do you know how many days you will not miss from work? So let's calculate the money you would make to the money you're actually deducting. Come on, let's play the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you look at them real stupid.
They don't think they think about it like that.
You got on a brand new pair of J's. But yet you know you got all these things going on with you. But the first thing you'll say when it comes to your health, I ain't got that much money. That's too expensive.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Can you come down on your price? Can you
on these brand names, you'll risk it all.
And be in line. You hear me? Be in line for these Jordans.
In the rain.
Line up, sleeping outside.
Tony, am I lying? October 19th, 2020, my 12-year-old niece. After 3 days after her 12th birthday, we found out she had Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. By April 19th, she was cancer free. So if you know something and you won't fix it.
Wow. That reminds me, it's funny that y'all both say that. That reminds me when I used to work at Walmart. I was doing some research, with the Dr. Sabi, following his teachings.
Yes.
And there were like remedies that would not necessarily cure cancer at the time that I was reading, but there was some that would stop the cancer growth.
Yes.
So I was telling one of my coworkers who was one of the managers, we both were managers and we were equal. So I was telling her about it because she had her sister and her mom both had cancer.
Okay.
So I was like, girl, you should try this, this, and this. I said, I don't think it cures. I said, but it does slow down the growth of cancer.
Right.
It stops the growth.
Okay.
So whatever level or stage they are at now, it's gonna halt it.
Right there. Yeah.
Right. Oh no. What doctor told you that? I said, well, no, it's through research, and and it's been proven.
Yeah.
And there's testimony. So it doesn't hurt anything to try.
Right.
Because right now you're going to the doctor every month, but it's getting worse.
Right.
So and you're paying money every month, and it's still getting worse.
Yeah.
So why not try something?
Try something different.
At this point, you should be willing just to try anything, because something's gonna work.
I'm gonna bet the whole farm.
Man.
But she didn't want to try it because it came from me, and I'm not a doctor, and a doctor didn't say it. So now her mama and her sister's dead. Okay. So.
Whew. Wow.
Wow. But CMOS
programming.
Yes, there you go. That's what it's called, the programming. Can you tell us a little bit more about CMOS?
Oh my goodness, CMOS is the truth. It is liquid gold to me. It is. I start off with the gold CMOS capsules, and that actually helps with expelling of mucus. I do the gel, so I actually blend it up in the gel, and I get it from St. Lucia. So I actually have it shipped. Oh yeah, they go to benefits. Come on with it. It supports everything. I tell you, digestion. That was my main issue. Digestion, weight loss.
Joey say this is very educational. Thank you for having this necessary conversation.
Yes, it's very necessary. It's very necessary. And so with the gold CMOS, like I said, I get it from St. Lucia, and I soak it and do it as either capsules or a pill now, capsule form in gel. So a lot of people do like the capsules because it's more convenient. I can put it in my purse. I can put it in my car. It don't go bad. The gel kind of has like a shelf life. So the gold expels mucus and does all of that. And then there's a purple CMOS. And that was the one that's giving you like everything you need plus some. Yes. And that has been my popular, since I've actually got that shipped over and blended up. That has been the most popular one to boost immunity. That's the main thing. And reproductive organs. So that is like the truth. Like everything above. Like I make my daughter, she's 14, and baby, wait, come on in here, get in this kitchen, get these CMOS pills in you, girl. Because
Exactly.
Yes. And it gives energy because sometimes she don't sit down. When she out, it gives like energy and it helps. So for kids can take it too, especially gel. And I do both measurements for kids and adults when you order from me. So you'll know how much to get the babies and they little applesauce and juice. Because that helps. Me being a doula, that's what I give to my moms when they're pregnant. They can take the prenatals. I'll be like, okay, you can, but here's a jar of CMOS. And they'll notice a huge difference between.
I didn't take any prenatals.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. And I don't know if you knew this, TeAma, but I have high blood pressure, and I've been on medicine for forever. Well, when I stopped working, my benefits ended.
Okay.
So I instantly got on the CMOS, the black seed oil,
elderberry,
the apple cider, with the mother, the gummies, the vitamin.
The good, okay.
Because they like the flavor, the taste of that regular apple cider. But and I was just taking the herbs. And then every morning I would do a celery smoothie. I would blend the celery, drink that, boom. 30 minutes before I ate anything. 30 to 45 minutes before I ate anything. Drunk plenty of liquid, plenty of water. So the water was, naturally detoxing your body. And I did that for a whole year. No medication. When I finally went back to the hospital, what made me go back to the hospital, y'all gotta go watch the video. I got a video on my YouTube channel called How I Almost Died.
I remember that.
What did you do?
Y'all for the screen. But I did
Couldn't even get it out.
Y'all for the holler. I had masturbated.
Okay.
and because of that, the fluids in my chest was backing up.
Oh.
So I came and almost gone at the same time. Oh Jesus! So anyway,
What?
so I ended up going to the hospital, and the doctor was like, do you have any health issues? I said, I have high blood pressure. They're like, when the last time you took your pills? I said, a year ago. They're like, what?
They looked at you like you was crazy.
Yeah. And they could not believe it. They're like, you're lying, And they had and I had been to that hospital a long time ago, so they knew my history. My history. So when they looked into the computer and they're like, based on your level of high blood pressure, you can only go about 3 weeks without your pills.
Sure.
And I had gone a year. I had gone about 11 months.
Wow.
With no high blood pressure medicine. So they were in shock and they could not believe, and of course they don't want to hear natural herbs and this and that. They don't want to hear that.
Nope. They don't want to hear that.
Steve, you got a comment.
I will buy your sea moss. Try doing my own.
When it had a bad
experience.
Was it? It may have been too thick, huh?
Yeah. But you're gonna keep
your booty herb, the steam.
Come on,
let me tell you, God forbid if they was to wind up with prostate or something like that, they're gonna be looking for you in the daytime
and
with a flashlight.
I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you heal.
I'm telling you, when you need it, you ain't gonna care what it is and how it is.
I feel like that's one thing I can't understand about black men, black heterosexual men. They don't want no fondling around that rectum.
Right.
But when I first went and got my colon cleanse a couple of years ago, and I laid on the table, now my first experience, of course, is new, so you fear the unknown.
Right.
But I heard about it, so I said, okay, I'm gonna go and try it. And the lady, it was X number of dollars for the hour. Okay. So my man, I'm thinking, an hour? She's like, yeah, you're gonna boo-boo for a whole hour, literally. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I ain't got that much in me, She's like, oh yeah, it's there. And I laid on the table and put my foot up in the stirrups like I was giving birth. Mm-hmm. And from the waist down, I was naked. And they laid a towel over my crotch area. And she had left the room, and I laid down on the table and everything. I was laying there. And then I could hear her coming back in, so I'm embarrassed at this point. So I turned and was looking at the charts on the wall.
Trying to read. You read.
Yeah, I'm reading everything on the wall because she's coming in the room. So I'm like, oh Lord, this lady come back in this room. So she came and she's like, how you doing, Mr. Brown? I'm like, I'm fine. So
I heard clear that up.
Okay. So she's like, okay, so she explained, she's like, I'm gonna put this little tube up your rectum, and it's very small, it's like a coffee stirrer, it was so thin. She's like, I'm gonna put this up your rectum, and it's gonna run a fluid up in you for the duration of your time laying here. Mm-hmm. She says, don't be embarrassed, and just let it go, let it flow, let it go easy. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So she put the tube in me. So she's sitting there and she's doing something over there on the table or whatever. I'm feeling myself filling up. Oh. So I know it's gonna come out in a minute. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this lady in the room and it's gonna come out. So she comes, she turns around and she says, you okay? I'm like, no.
I'm gonna need you to do something.
Right? So she's like, it's okay, just release and let it go. I'm like, you don't understand. She goes, I understand. So she touched my stomach and it flowed. I must have did a boo-boo for about 40 minutes. Yeah. She put this metal thing on my stomach that was like the size of a phone book, and it was vibrating on my stomach. And it was just loosening up all the particles, because I didn't realize, she said that your colon is actually so long, your colon goes around. Yeah. She said if you unravel your colon, it's actually longer than your body. Mm-hmm. And she says, and you have stuff in you that's been there probably since birth. Yep. And at the time, I think I was like 30 in my 30s. I'm 53 now, but I was in my 30s when I got my colon cleansed. So she was like, yes. And as she was pushing my stomach and it was coming out, she was actually analyzing it. She was telling me
if it's hard, if it's the color.
Yeah, she was telling me what I eat, what I don't eat, the type of foods I eat, how long I've been eating, how many years I've been doing this, how many years I've been doing. She said she even did it to some people where, like, if they swallowed a penny, like when it was a certain age, the penny came out. After all them years, the penny finally came out. I was like, what? And people said, oh, I swallowed that like 15 years ago. Boom, it's just not coming out. So, and it was so good. And then the good thing about the colon cleansing, the way she explained it is, says your sickness and your disease, it starts inside, internally.
Yeah.
So you got a bump here, it started inside. But so if you can clear it out, it's never going to show out. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So she said, you can get this once a month or once every 2 months. Just come on back. And I was like, okay. And she said, but you're going to lose about 5 pounds. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. She weighed me when I came in, and she weighed me when I was finished, and I was 6 pounds lighter.
See?
In 1 hour.
Yeah, you were full of shit, literally.
Yes. So that was my first experience getting a colonics, getting my colon cleansed.
Yes.
And I had no problem going back after that because I knew what to expect.
You knew it was, you like, this is really helping me. So,
but
a lot of things I teach about digestion, and a lot of people don't know this, but it takes fruits and vegetables about 45 minutes to digest. It takes about meat 3 to 4 days. So,
yes, I heard that.
That if you put a piece of meat outside in heat, because our stomachs are 100 degrees naturally. You put a piece of meat outside at 100 degrees for 3 days. What happens? This is a terrible story.
Sorry, Kamal.
I love you, Kamal.
So I always say that. So if you eat meat every day, imagine you're not digesting it and it's rotting in your stomach. So during my detoxing, you will see worms. You will see those little speck of and mucus when you finish detoxing. Because like I said, that meat has been sitting on you and it doesn't really all come out. People say, I go regular, girl. I go regular. I'm like, but they detoxing with me. They like, girl, I ain't ate up but a piece of fruit and I'm still pooping. I'm like, yeah, because you had stuff stuck up in your colon. Like you said, it's long and it's just stuff stuck in you from forever. Right. Imagine if meat been sitting on you for 4 and 5 days at 100 degrees, like, yeah, even the FDA say don't sit meat out. When you unthaw meat, we're not supposed to unthaw meat outside. My mama, take that meat out, put it on the counter. No, you're supposed to thaw it in the refrigerator because if it drops to a certain temperature, bacteria sets in it, and that's what happens in our stomach, which causes bloating, which causes, issues with our gut, digestion. We can't poop. It smells. It's not supposed to smell like that.
That's what I told somebody. I said, what's causing that smell is that's rotted meat in your system.
Yep.
Yes. Because technically your poop shouldn't stink.
Nope.
And every time you eat, you should poop.
Yep. After every meal. That's real.
I never knew to throw out the meat in the refrigerator. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
Someone told me that. Yeah,
throw the
meat out the refrigerator.
Yeah. You're not supposed to put it on the top of the counter. If it drops a certain temperature, bacteria sets on top of it. And then
you're eating the bacteria. Mm-hmm. With some seasoning salt on it.
Oh, baby. Tan it up. Mm-hmm.
So what do you recommend for America out there? People who's never done a colon cleanse, who's never done a detox, who this is all new to them, because like I said, that's why I brought you on the show to educate everybody. So what's step one? Call you, email you. Cause I have your information right down the screen. So
yes,
what do you recommend?
I like talking to you. Like I like emails. They cool, but call. I love to answer any type of questions. Like how's the detox gonna work? I even have a whole YouTube video about how the detox works, what's gonna happen to your side effects. Because you do have side effects on the detox. And a lot of people be scared of that. It's just like it's reversing your age, it's reversing how you eat. So yeah, you're gonna have withdrawals. My partner Soraya, when she did the detox, we did it for 30 days. She was shaking like a crackhead. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, I don't know. I just want some chicken. I'm like, what? So your cravings will pop up, but once you get done with the whole detox, your cravings will go away. But call me. Like, call. If you don't feel like talking, you can text. And I answer all your questions, but you have to be ready to heal before you come and ready to do a detox. You have to be willing and ready to know that, okay, something ain't right with my stomach, something ain't right with my gut. Because every disease starts with mucus. It's mucus somewhere in your nose. For sinusitis, if you got high blood pressure, that's basically mucus inside of your tubes that your blood vessels pump through. And if it's not getting through, that's what causes the tightening of the chest and all this like this, because it's this mucus that sits up from the food that we eat, especially
acid reflux.
Yep. Yep, it's this mucus, and then detoxing at least, like I said, at least once a year, detoxing to get all that stuff out, to restart yourself, to give your body a break.
Now you're a vegan, correct?
Yes.
Now, how long have you been a vegan, and what made you start that?
6 years, and my brother passed away from brain cancer. Mm-hmm. And I was overweight. This was like 6 years ago, and I was overweight, and I was, oh my God, y'all, I was on 4 different medicines, CPAP machine, had anemia to the point where I was getting blood transfusions every 6 months, always tired, falling asleep at the wheel. I almost had 3 accidents from falling asleep at the wheel because I was so tired from all this weight and everything I was taking. And so one day I was like, I'm tired. And I asked God, I said, God, help me. And I cried on the couch. And then I was on YouTube and Dr. Sebi popped up. I'm like, who is this guy? You know,
God was helping you. God was helping you.
And so I was like, I got to change, because I was like trying to lose weight, but it just wasn't working. I was tired of being like sick. I was tired of going to the doctor, because even after my insurance kicked in, I still had to pay like $1,500 out of pocket. I'm like, this getting expensive. So what I did was, once I found Dr. Sebi, I went through the whole house and just cleared the kitchen. My daughter was like, wait a minute, mama, not the Oreos. What are you doing? Why are you throwing the chips away? Like, what's going on? I'm like, it's all this stuff got to go. Like, I went dramatic. Like, but it takes baby steps, as I learned. But it was because I was sick, and then I see my brother, like, and they always say it's hereditary. It's not hereditary. If your mom had high blood pressure, then you have it. It's what's hereditary is what you eat. You're going to eat what your mama ate, because that's what she fed you. So if you kind of change up your diet, then you won't have the issue that your mom and grandmama and great-grandmama had.
Exactly.
But again, that's all they had to feed us.
The behavior is hereditary.
Relearn. Yes. Unlearn to relearn. And so, I just changed my whole diet just because I was just tired of being on medicine. And then when I went back to the doctor, like you said, and they checked everything, my anemia was fine, but they still wanted me to take iron pills. I'm like, I don't need to still take this. And so because I denied treatments, he denied me from ever seeing anybody in his office. So I couldn't come back at all. So y'all put me out. I've been put out of better places. It's cool. That's all right.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay.
You know, whatever. And so ever since, I never looked back. I just go maybe once a year for my PAP, and that's it. I don't even go to the doctor.
So how long have you been vegan?
6 years.
6 years. Now, a friend of mine that I follow also on YouTube, and we're pretty good friends, I'm not even sure what it's called, because he still eats seafood.
Pescatarian?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still eats like shrimp and seafood, fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does the celery juice every morning. He does this regular smoothie like for lunch.
Okay.
And then he eat a regular meal. But yeah, and he's 45.
Okay.
But I tell you, he looks like he's about 32.
It reverses your age. It really does. Because I was looking elderly when I was on all that medicine. So everybody be thinking, when I meet my daughter together, they be thinking we sisters. And I'm like, no, I'm like almost 40 and she is like 14. No, this is my baby.
So this thing, you look 14.
No, I'm almost close to 40. But I do, like I said, it's changing up my diet.
So in other words, she 38.
38, yep. Yeah.
I'm 38 too.
We close, right? We say we close. But I always tell people, if you can't, I understand, because when I was detoxing, fried chicken and lemon cake was everything. If you can't cut it out completely, just do it in moderation. Be mindful on how many times you eat meat during the week. You know, let that be like a treat for you after you've eaten really healthy, maybe like 90% of the time. And then let that, your fish or your meat be something that you do once a week. Because I always say it's hard. I know it is. I ain't going to tell you no lies. But just be mindful about how much, especially when it comes to alcohol and the womb. Alcohol, that liquor, I know. It gets you in you be getting it, but it messes up.
Girl, Johnny Walker Black is calling my name. Do you hear me?
Just in moderation. I'm not
now, have you worked with anybody that has fibromyalgia?
No. No, but I actually need to do that. My mom used to have fibroids and cysts and all stuff like that, and I'm actually doing a free trial for 3 months for 4 women, and I'll steam them twice a month for 3 months. and see what happens with their fibroids or endometriosis or any type of womb issues. So I'm actually going to be doing that starting in June, picking 3 women to do that for and take them through that. So I'm excited to see how steaming helps women with womb health issues. So
let me tell you, help with a lot, because I literally gave birth. What is that? Monday will officially be 2 weeks. I had an emergency C-section. I was on the podcast that Tuesday. Like literally same day I was on the podcast. They kept me for a whole week. Literally, I was walking that same day to go see my baby.
Yes.
Wow.
Honey, I have been non-stop for 2 weeks straight.
Wow. Yes, Ashe. I love it. Yes. They look at you like you was crazy. Wait a minute, why'd you up? What you doing?
Right.
Girl, well, right now they got me sectioned off in a room with this big old snake. So I'm keep looking over there and I'm looking at y'all, but I'm way.
I keep seeing you like look over, and I'm like, she all right?
Girl, it's this huge python right there, and this is the room they put me in, and I'm afraid of everything.
Wow.
So he keep moving, and I keep
eyeballing. Wait a
because
minute.
I'm gonna lose all my mind if this thing get up out this.
I know that's right. Okay. Well, let's do a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
The Anthony Brown Show and the A.T.L Show now have merchandise available for purchase. You can purchase your merchandise at the link located in the description section below the video. We have male and female shirts, male and female tank tops, jerseys, hoodies, and onesies for your infants. Yes, everything you need in apparel, we have it here. The Anthony Brown Show, along with the A.T.L Show. The A.T.L Show shirts proudly say we are the blueprint, and the Anthony Brown shirts grind until you shine. Get yours today.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I just want to remind everybody, definitely go out and get yourself some merchandise, the A.T.L Show or the Anthony Brown Show. We have merchandise. The link is usually in the description below. And when you purchase your merchandise, it definitely helps and supports the channel here, what we're doing over here. And also, for those of you that are into your goalie gummies, go out and get your goalie gummies and use the discount code, the A.T.L. So use the discount code, the A.T.L, one word, TheATL. Get your goalie gummies. And that also supports the channel. So do us that favor. We appreciate it so much. I think we lost Legacy again.
I'm stuck in between sending him to go get his Steam or buy him something for internet. I'm stuck.
Oh.
Because we have a week and he the full birthday boy. So, you know.
Yes, his birthday is the 30th of this month.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So all the viewers out there, Legacy's birthday is the 30th of this month.
What is that, a Gemini?
I know.
Gemini? The Geminis?
I don't know.
I think it's Gemini. Uh-oh. 30th. Okay.
Okay. So Fee, your information is there on the screen.
Yes.
Already, we had two people say they're gonna definitely reach out to you. Kamal is our number 2 greatest fan.
Okay.
The reason we say number 2 is because one day Legacy saw Kamal where Kamal works, and Kamal came out and said that he was the #1 fan of the show.
Okay.
Legacy's daughter was with him, and Legacy's daughter said, I'm #1.
Ooh.
You're #2. So Kamal is #2.
Okay.
And she got some full straightening.
And she's 9 years old, so she made it clear that she's the #1 fan.
All right, shout out to Kamal #2. Come on.
Yeah, so Kamal is gonna reach out to you, and Kamal is a wonderful guy. He's been watching our show from day one, and I used to work with and for him years ago at Home Depot. He's a great guy.
Okay. But yeah, reach out to me. Have any questions? I am an open book. I love educating and inspiring and all that good old jazz. So yeah, I'm easy to talk to.
What is okay? So the steam process, that's what's called the Rike.
The steam process is yoni for the women, and then lingam steam for the men. The energy is Reiki. That's what
okay. Energy, okay.
Reiki.
And what is doula?
A doula is the birth assistant to a mom who's having birth. It's like your best friend throughout your whole process of from start to finish. So I'm there as your like warrior at the hospital because they try you. Them nurses be trying to sneak stuff in your IV and try to rush your process. So I'm just that person that educates and assists throughout birth, throughout your whole birthing process.
They try to give your baby a pacifier or a bottle before they even put the baby on your nipple.
Yes.
Oh.
And
God.
I'm not the one. They know I'm not the one. No. There needs to be skin to skin contact. Yeah, they be trying. The nurses be trying.
So that's like almost like a midwife.
Yes. The only difference is a midwife. I cannot measure the baby, cut the cord, and do vitals. That's the only difference.
Okay.
That's the only difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like that because a lot of times when you under like you just had a baby, when you under, you having contractions, you're not hearing what's going on. You're just trying to get through these pains. You're just trying to breathe. And so I'm eyes and ears for mama. Like, what you doing? What's that? What's his paperwork saying? What's his medicine? Did she ask for that? Like, I'm there like that. Like I'm supporting. I'm there.
She's Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Yes.
No, serious. She's a doula.
We labor at home together. If they want to have a home birth, then I'm there to labor at home and be that middle person with partner and mom. So my first set were my doula babies were twins. I call them Kende and Tawu. And I was so excited. I had to basically support over the phone because we were going through COVID and I couldn't get to the hospital, but I supported through FaceTime, and it was like an experience.
So you're based out of Tennessee, correct?
Yes, Nashville, Tennessee. Yes. Okay.
So do you travel?
I travel. I do. I haven't had a traveling doula. I haven't had a traveling mama yet, but hey, anybody out there, because I know there'll be some corona babies coming. I'm your girl.
Let me tell you, all the corona babies are hitting now.
They hitting. Yes.
Think about it. It started from April on.
Yeah.
So they hitting.
They hitting. I'm actually
hitting now.
And her baby shower is tomorrow. So I'll be there to support Baby Moon, her mom and dad, and so yeah, we're gonna turn up. She's due July 1st. Yeah, she due July 1st. So yeah, after the show, have to be known.
Yes.
Can't be #1. Can't be
Yeah. Won't be known as #1.
Yes. But when it comes to Reiki, that's more, like I said, more of energy healing. And a lot of people do come for that. Like, I'm stagnant, I don't know what's going on. And Reiki is kind of like how I explained to my mama, because she thought I was into voodoo and being a voodoo and a witch. And I'm like, no, Ma, that's not what I do, sweetheart. But I was like, Ma, it's kind of like in church when they call you to the altar and you need to be prayed for. And they ask everybody to touch and agree. So what y'all do, y'all hold hands and y'all put your hands out and put your energy to the lady or man that's at the altar. That's all Reiki is, putting positive energy into you to bring you more light, joy, stress-free, relaxation. A lot of my clients, they be waking up because they'll fall asleep actually and be snoring in the studio. And I let them sleep. You know, I finish the ritual and let them sleep, and they be gone. And I said, fall asleep. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, you did. But it's cool. This is the best nap ever. I do all the work. You just gotta relax. And so that's all it is. It's just the healing of hands. That's it. Energy.
Are you familiar with Kevin Wesley?
No, I've never heard of Kevin Wesley.
Yeah. Kevin Wesley, he's what he calls himself awakened.
Okay.
The third eye, you know. And I follow him faithfully.
Okay.
And I've learned so much from him, and because of him, I've separated from the whole religious aspect.
Let's talk about it.
And I want you to touch on that a little bit.
Whew. Man, let me tell you, that was my battle, separating myself from religion and spirituality. And it's kind of like I never felt right. At the last religion I had was Seventh-day Adventist, and it just never felt comfortable. It was always used to pull at me, and it just took a minute because again we have to unlearn to relearn. And a lot of my clients, they struggle with that. Like, am I supposed to be here? Is God like looking at me? Am I supposed to? But you're here because you felt something. You felt a pull towards energy healing and spirituality. And so a lot of people don't kind of cross over because of fear. What's God gonna think of me? What my parents gonna think of me? What my, and it's kind of like, why are you trying to make everybody else happy? And I've been the happiest since I've actually let go of religion, that box, and been more free to be able to express myself, to be able to still believe in God and worship how I want, but not be so more like just focused on just one thing and just, one set of principles and one set of, and so for me, it's been eye awakening. And so my mom was kind of like, give me the side eye, like, what did you, no, Ma. So now she's slowly starting to come around because she's seeing the difference between being spiritual and the religion. It's like a box.
Right.
But again, it's because we're so programmed and we're so used to it. I was researching something where when it comes to religion, I was talking to my cousin, actually Joy, and a lot of those pastors wear the collars, the white collars. And if you actually research what that means, it's like a dog collar, like you're still in control. Yeah, even though we allow you to preach because you're brown like them, they're going to listen to you versus listening to us. That's what they did to push them. But it was like a reminder that you're still in control, that the white man is still in control, that dog collar. Ties the same way. The tie represents that as well. When preachers wear ties, that represents I can still hang you if I need to. Like I was researching all kinds of about religion. And I was like, wow, is this what this stuff meant? And so everything has symbolism in it. And it's kind of like it's still controlling the program. So I was like, okay, yeah, I got to let this go after I started researching on why I was pulling or gravitating more towards spirituality than religion. But I had to do my research first. I couldn't just jump off the porch because somebody else do. That's why I say, people, please research symbolism. There's symbolism in words and things that we wear and do, period.
Now, reiterate or go into more detail, what's the difference between spirituality and religion? Because we all grew up in religion because grandmama did it, mama did it, now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I even told when I was first awakened, I was sharing this with a friend of mine.
Okay.
And because his great grandfather, his grandfather, his father, and I himself have all been preachers.
Yes.
Grew up in the church, Church of God in Christ. So that's all he know. And I explained to him, I said that the reason why that's all you know is because of you became a product of your environment.
Ooh.
I said, so because had you grown up in another country, you wouldn't be Christian. You know what I'm saying? You were probably Muslim or atheist or Buddhist or whatever, but you wouldn't be what you are today.
Right.
I said the same thing with your child. That's right, because right now he has a 3 or 4-year-old son. And I explained to him, I said, because you taught your son what you know, he's gonna grow up and he's gonna say it's right, because guess what? He hasn't had the opportunity to explore what else is out there.
Anything else.
So that's all he knows, what you've taught him. There's over 4,000 religions out there, and 3,000 of which is under the Christianity umbrella. So again, out of the 4,000, how do you know what you're studying is true?
Ooh.
You couldn't answer that.
You can't answer it.
I said so. But you because your grandparents in it, that's what you're going to teach your son.
Yeah.
So if what you're in is a lie or wrong, your you're teaching the lie.
Mm.
It's not ending. And another reason why we as people, part of the reason why we as people don't want to awaken or wake up is because we come from a religious background. We come from family members that was in religion, as far as pastors, evangelists, or whatever. And part of not wanting to wake up is because if I wake up, then that would be proving that they were wrong, or my parents was a lie, my grandparents was a lie, my great grandparents was a lie. So, and it's not necessarily that they was a lie. They was only going by what they knew.
That's what they knew was truth. Yeah.
And so, because you don't want to prove them to be wrong, you're gonna just continue the foolishness.
Mm.
I can tell you this: you could lose a friend real quick having that conversation.
Woo, baby! Religion and politics are the same one. That somebody pull a knife out on.
That's what TeAma says: religion and politics.
Religion and politics. Let's talk about it. Well, to me, if you actually look up the word religion, it's a system. What is a system? It's basically A, B, C, D. Like they want you to be controlled by what they teach. And so with spirituality, it's more open. It's more about love. It's more about the spirit and soul. It's more about feeling, and everybody know what's right and wrong. You don't have to be taught that. So that's the main difference. If you're going to be in a system, which is a box, or you want to be free with the spirituality. And then doing my research about religion, say it was maybe one big church. Okay, we got Anthony Brown Church, and boom. I'm mad at you, Anthony. I can start my own church called a Fifi Church. Boom, bringing half the church congregation with me, and I'm starting Fifi Church. That's all. It's like basically a system. What you believe and how you teach, what I believe and how I teach. And so everybody's breaking up and having all these different, but we under one main umbrella, and that's love. And that's all spirituality is. It's like love, not a system or a certain belief, but just about being free. And so that's the main difference between, for me, what religion is and what spirituality is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Girl in the nutshell. Get in, get out.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be in a system. We always say that when we got these corporate jobs and you got to clock in at 8 and you clock out at 4. That's a system. Like you have to be here. You take your break 15 minutes. That's a system. You in a box. And that's what religion to me is. It's like a system. Wednesdays, Sundays, sometimes Saturdays. Pastor appreciate. It's like a boom, boom, boom. Whereas you wake up with spirituality, just loving yourself and loving others, and just you see somebody on the street, you don't have to be told to be kind to them. You just do it.
Now
it's about love and spirit.
Now here's the situation, and I'm bringing this one up because I just experienced it recently with somebody. I was explaining all this to them, and they were like, "Okay, if I break free, then what do I have to hold on to?"
Yourself.
Because we're, like I said, we're programmed that if I go to church every Sunday, if I believe in this man in the pulpit, if I believe in this book, Bible, that's what I have to hold on to. But if I awaken and that's all taken from me, then what is there?
It's yourself and love. Love is basically the main.
I had a person, and he was about to lose his mind because now he has nothing to hold on to.
See, that's the problem. That's why we look for stuff in other people, because we don't like to look inner in ourselves to figure out, what do I need to do? How do I make myself happy? We always look for that in friends and family and partners and kids, because again, we've been so programmed to have something to hold on to. That cross or that Bible, like you said, that pulpit. And it's sometimes hard to look inside yourself, but that's what you have to hold on to is yourself and love, which is the highest vibration. Fear is the lowest. So because you're afraid to let that go, you vibrating low. You vibrating 2-3D.
Facts.
You wondering why you walking around miserable is because you waiting on Sunday to come.
Wow.
There's other days. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like you got stuff that you can do at home within yourself. Self-care also too will help you turn that mirror around, look at yourself. And a lot of people don't do that because we go because we in the system. We got to clock in Monday through Friday, go out on Saturday. It's just a system. Church on Sunday. So
I just feel people need to hold themselves more accountable.
Ooh, that's the word.
Right.
Yes, accountability.
TeAma, you preaching tonight.
We don't want to be have a
Tony, you already know.
to do that, to hold us accountable for our actions.
Let me tell you. First thing in the morning, I go to the hospital to my son. I don't leave that hospital till they kick me out from visitation. The lady be like, "You ain't fit." When y'all let him go, then I won't be here.
Right, y'all gonna have to see me again. Y'all gonna have to see me again.
Okay.
I don't need you to change his diaper. I don't need you to do none of that. I got that. You be looking at me like, you ain't got no job. I'm my own boss. I even wore my shirt today. I was like, oh, I'm my own boss.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at your 2 gallons of milk over there.
Oh, child. Oh, yeah. Tony, at the end of the show Tyson. Because I got a text for him. Oh, my goodness. My whole life. My mother told me
that has been taught to me since childhood. Respect. Ashe.
True.
Yes. Love within ourselves. Yeah. We have to find it. A lot of people, we lose it between, I always tell my guys and my ladies in my studio, like, we lose self-love for ourselves between childhood and turning 18. Something happens. Because let me tell you, when we were smaller and younger, we would get in that closet, dress ourselves. You couldn't tell us nothing. You hear me? Even though the butts was crooked, the socks mismatching. Don't let it be Sunday. We dressed up with the suit and the little dress and ruffles. Baby, as a child.
Could tell us nothing.
Come on, I got my pressing curls. I'm good. But then something happens and we lose that. We lose that love for ourselves when we had it as a child. We got to bring that inner child back. And that's my whole goal, is to find the inner kid again, to bring and that's gonna bring you love.
But no, with society brings a lot of people down with telling them how they should look, what it should look, how it should be. My mama tell you, my whole life I ain't care what none of that meant.
You care, see?
All until now. Yeah. I could care less.
Yeah. And that's the attitude that we should have. But again, guess what? Social media, the scroll, what they looking like, you like, I want to look like her. No, look like yourself, sis. Bro,
Ezra just had a statement he wanted to say to you. Okay. Ezra?
Oh no, I seen that somebody had went vegan here recently, and I want to say congratulations. Welcome to the team. So,
well, I'm considering it, and she's already vegan.
Yeah.
Oh well, she's an intelligent woman. I must say.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Tony, on the team.
Join the team.
Let me ask you, Ezra. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what this comment says.
Vibrations. Ooh. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Camille, you'll hold vibration.
Thea is our special guest tonight, and Thea is into vegan, holistic healing, doula, the rinke, the
herbals,
herbal. She sells sea moss, elderberry. The whole healthy.
The whole thing, yeah. My baby is mental health. I that's my thing. I want people to.
You see all them plaques on the wall. Yeah. check the plaques, sis. I see them.
You see them back there?
She's official. So anyway, she has this process, Ezra, and you being a heterosexual straight man, I want to ask you, because she has this one process, because Legacy already went ballistic.
I'm prepared myself.
There's got another straight man on the platform. She has this process. It's called the yoni something, but for the women, is a steam to clean that, to rejuvenate the vagina. And she also has the same process. What is it called for men?
For men, it's called lingam steam.
And they steam your anal, your balls, and your penis. So would you be willing to to do the procedure?
What is all right? Well,
okay, that means
he put a.
He couldn't get his words together. Wait, what?
She gonna put a steamer that I use to get the wrinkles at my shirt.
No.
No. It's like a little toilet you sit on
Yes.
that steams
like
you.
them bidets.
Yes.
But it's steam.
Yes. So what it is basically it's like a crock pot that I have, and then I've had like you said, like a bidet. You sit it on top of the crock pot, and there's herbals, steam, and you just sit. You just sit and chill. We have a whole conversation. We chilling. We vibing, and basically the herbs that I actually put together for men helps with prostate health and digestion and sperm count, energy.
Men are so funny to me.
Man, like, yes, it has. And the thing, when I did my research, kings, it used to be just for royalty, and kings used to do it. Only royalty would do it, and and it was just like, wow, like this is dope.
What royalty? What royalty are we talking about? From where?
This is basically European and actually Black American. We used to actually steam. It was something that we would do for our health, and it was like I said, it was something that only we would do when you were in high status. But now
I can tell you, for women, it actually keep them snatched. It unblocks fallopian tubes. It literally balance out your hormones down there that could be out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dry,
honey,
hydration.
It will give you that bounce back to. I'm just saying, you might want to try it. I don't know what it do for the man.
Yeah. All right, so I'm a go through what I heard. Well, I only see my.
Because your face is priceless.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go through what I heard. Right? She said it's like a bidet, right? I can get with a bidet, right?
Yes.
That's straight, right? But it's all right. So steam. Are my pants down or my pants up?
Well, I have special pants for men. So you basically have on these special sweats, and on the back, like kind of like the back comes out where so you're not pulling your pants down, but have an opening in the back of the pants, kind of like the pajamas where they had the button up and you flap down. You got to go to the bathroom or whatever with the whole long john. But I have them just pants, and you just basically open the flap and you chill out and sit down. The women wear skirts or dresses, but for men, I have special pants for men.
I ain't gonna lie, right? So my issue, you said only royalty would do it. Then I asked the question, which royalty from where? And you said Europe, and then you went into Black Americans. There's Black American royalty ever.
No, listen. When I say Black American, this actually started back in Africa. So they used to put holes in the ground with the research. They put holes in the ground and herbs and hay, and they would sit on it. And they would actually surround women or men and sing and play drums. So this actually goes back. It came up for Europe because they stole it from us or borrowed it or whatever you want to call it. And they thought it was like royalty. And that's when they was like pushing that men used to do it. But it goes all the way back to Africa.
So what's the benefit once again?
For men, it helps with libido, sperm count, fertility. Prostate is the main one because a lot of men don't like to go get their prostate checks. I actually have a brother here in town who just found out that he has prostate cancer because he hasn't been checked in 15 years because, men don't like to go to the doctor for whatever reason. But the main is prostate health. It actually helps boost and keep you healthy in your prostate area. So different herbs that are mixed together.
Believe it or not, I'm not totally against it.
Okay.
LL probably gonna kill me. Man, you. But I'm like hearing it. I'm not totally against it. Nah, I ain't against it.
Okay.
Let me tell you, for women, I can tell you from experience, it is phenomenal.
Well, you a female.
What does that mean?
Problem with that area being exposed.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
But the thing about it is how I make it so comfortable that you're not exposed. The way you're sitting towards me is like you're sitting in a chair. So I'm not sitting anything. Yeah. So it's
told me to try to get me to smoke crack. They're like, man, I make it comfortable for you. I'll even light the pipe.
What?
Let me tell you, but this is a pipe that could change your life drastically in a good way, not in a crackhead way.
No, it's all positive. It's all love. It's all good vibrations.
I feel what you're saying. I'm not against it.
Okay.
Yay, one male
The
in.
reason why I asked the question because it's for better health, and African American men, black men, African American men, they seem to be so against anything that's dealing with their anal.
Yeah.
Or that area.
As long as nothing's touching me, I'm good.
No, only thing is touching the
Nothing
steam.
touching.
You sitting down, the steam is doing its work. I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, T Savage.
Welcome, T Savage.
What's
Hello.
up?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
We're
here.
doing great.
I wasn't driving. I had no control. I'm in the country. The signal is terrible on the phone.
You in the
So,
country?
oh, I'm in the real country. All I see is woods.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm scared to go outside at night. Them bears might come out.
Oh, I'm so glad y'all left me.
Okay. So, T Savage, have you seen any of the show, or do I need to catch you up real quick?
Catch me up.
Okay. This is Miss Fee. She's a holistic healer. She's into holistic healing, holistic eating. She's a vegan.
Hi, Miss Finn.
Hello.
And she does the yoni steam bar where they rejuvenate your coochie.
Yeah, I heard that does wonders on the kitty cat.
Yes, it does.
And she also does the same thing with men for the. She was just explaining to Ezra, and she was explaining to Legacy as well. Legacy passed out, so lost signal and everything.
Yeah, he gone. He left. He left the building.
Yes, he can't even take it.
Most men don't want nothing by their anus, whether this steam or anything.
True.
Even if it's for the Ezra, let me ask you this here, Ezra. Here's another question. So you say you don't want nothing touching you. So how old are you? Just ask.
You heard me?
No, I didn't hear it.
I said I'm 28.
28. Okay. Once you hit 40, you have to get what's called a prostate exam.
Bend over and cough.
You have to bend over and cough, and the doctor has to place his finger in you.
Mm-hmm.
They need.
I'm 53, and actually I had it when I was 35. And what they're doing is the prostate cancer. They're feeling around inside to make sure there's no
polyps,
no polyps in your with your glands and everything. So they're feeling your glands inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That's why a lot of black men die from prostate cancer because they don't want to get their prostate checked. They don't want to bend over and cough. They don't want to do that.
No, and I think so because a lot of men, a lot of my male friends is kind of like they feel that that's feminine or that's gay or that's, and I'm just like, but it can stop you from dying.
But it can stop you from dying.
It can stop you from
dying. Man, let's go stop you from dying. Come play in my booty.
I'm a man of faith, and the words say that everybody has a day that they gonna die.
Yeah, but he didn't say be no fool either now.
Let me explain something.
You sound like the people that say, "Oh, I'm not gonna take no medicine because God gonna heal me." Well, guess what? God put the resources and the information in the doctors and the pharmacists to allow you to be healed. He ain't say be a fool either. That's why people who say God gonna take care of me, I ain't gonna wear no mask.
You missing
what
I'm
saying? Be no fool.
No. You said you're a faith, and everybody has a beginning and everybody has an end.
Yeah, you.
But listen, hold on. But those same people that died from corona also had faith and still didn't do anything about it, and now they're in a plastic bag.
That's look. They was going to die. It was already destined for them to die, whether it was corona or a car accident. They was going to die that day. There ain't nothing you could do to stop it. You want to live healthy and wellness and all that, but everybody got a day they're gonna die. Now,
let me ask a question: should I be loose just because I know I'm gonna die? Should I be loose because I know I'm gonna die anyway? So let me go ahead and live my best life.
No.
That's what I'm doing.
And I'm a vegan. I went vegan,
but not loose, but just living my best life.
Like, I feel you. I went at like 24. The doctor said I had high blood pressure, and I've never weighed anything over 160. Right?
It's not about weight with that.
I exercise every day, right? So that's
Doesn't
why
matter.
I'm trying to live good. But my thing is like,
It's genetic.
if y'all can put a man on the moon and we can all be looking at each other in the face and see each other real time and hear each other talk, y'all still got to put y'all finger up my behind to see if I got lumps. Y'all ain't got
Well,
no.
My God.
the thing
And
about what you said about you being not overweight and you weigh 160, that's irrelevant. So in some instances for high blood pressure, because a lot of times it be genetic. Just
No.
like sometimes diabetes is genetic. I know people that, eat healthy, live healthy, and they're still diabetic because it's genetic.
No. You now that's a point I highly disagree with. There's no such
Okay.
genetic disease. Like as far as high blood pressure and stuff like that, what I believe like is learned behavior. Now, what is genetic is
Mm,
my mom cooked pig feet like that. Her mom cooked pig feet like that. Her mama cooked pig feet like that, and we all eating. That's
the
why
same.
genetic.
I said that earlier.
Right. We say the behavior is hereditary, not
Yeah, not the disease.
not the disease.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, in some instances, correct, because there are things that are hereditary, like things like, for instance,
Like type 1
alcoholism.
diabetes.
For instance, alcoholism. You control what you drink, yes, but in my family, alcoholism runs on both sides. So I don't play with alcohol because I already know what it can do.
Yeah.
Addictive traits. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an addictive trait. That you see like I said, you see by what you learn by what you see.
It's
The
learned.
first 7 years of your life, if you see it's all your mom and dad do is drink, that's gonna be something you be like, oh, this is cool, because you picked up and learned on that.
Yeah, that's learned behavior. Now,
Not necessarily. I disagree with that because I never see my parents drink at all. My dad is a pastor, but there was a time where I had to put the bottle down
But what we're
because I
saying is
saw it.
everybody in your family who does suffer from alcoholism, they became that because they saw somebody else in the family doing it.
But not necessarily because I never.
Go ahead.
What I was saying was, I never see my parents drink a glass of wine at all. But I know alcoholism runs in the family on both sides.
It doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be your parents you saw. It could have been somebody else in your family you saw.
But I didn't see anybody though. That's what I'm saying. Like I have the type of family they don't drink around children. Like we didn't see stuff like that. We didn't see stuff like that. But I saw myself personally developing these habits where I had to have a bottle. So I had to back it up. But that's just me.
yeah. All right. Now,
I feel
what I
like
hear you answer is if they can make TVs, iPhones, 5G, people going to Mars, all that kind of stuff. Why do they still have to stick fingers up behinds to test prostate for prostate cancer? They ain't got no better way.
because they haven't developed it yet. All the attention is on COVID now.
Nah,
It
man.
used to be on breast cancer and HIV and AIDS. Now everything is
Let
catered
me
to
tell you
COVID.
why. Because a normal exam is gonna probably, without insurance, gonna probably run you a few $1,000s. Why they gonna stop doing prostate checks when it's gonna put money in their pocket? They're not gonna stop that. They're not gonna try to find a cure. That's why with cancer there is a cure, but they're not gonna stop it because that's billions of dollars that people are paying for treatments and to be flown everywhere and to go different places. It's because of money. They can do it. They can. But they choose not to because it's gonna make them broke. If they find a quicker way to check your prostate or quicker way to heal, any type of disease, it's because it's gonna take money out their pocket.
I agree with that. Now, what I'm saying is doing preventative maintenance by eating as healthy as I can, trying to stay alkaline, and doing what I gotta do so I ain't got nobody sticking their finger up my behind. I'm not doing it.
So you rather just die?
Okay.
Who say I'm gonna die from that?
I'm not saying you're going to die from that, but if you can prevent yourself from dying, why wouldn't you?
Die.
Your body will let you know if you're sick or not, too. Your body will give you warning signs that something ain't right down there or something ain't right in your prostate. But it's all about food. That's what causes a lot of diseases. It's the food we eat. So
you guys have never heard of people getting sick and not knowing they were sick?
Have you ever heard of people walking out in front of buses and getting hit?
Yeah, not on purpose.
Well, they didn't look both ways across the street. How's that not on purpose?
Kamal has a comment there.
What do you mean? Some people, Kamal says it's not feminine or gay. It's very strange. If your man has to go through that process as a woman, you have to do something special for your man because he will feel very strange. No, I don't think it was on purpose just because you didn't look. Maybe you forgot to look. It's 2021. People are so attached to their cell phones, they barely look up when they're walking in down the street. I'm a teacher. I watch my students all the time bump into walls and other students and administration because they're looking down at their phone. So, not to say they bumping into people on purpose, but they're just not paying attention. Just like walking out in front of the street and getting hit by a bus. You probably intend to get hit by a bus. Who intentionally gets hit by a bus? But the fact that you neglected to pay attention is the reason.
If you neglect to pay attention, the accident that then occurs is.
Say it again, sir.
If you neglect to pay attention, the accident that then occurs is your fault.
Yeah, but that doesn't negate the fact that it's still an accident.
No. We're using accident as a pronoun for whatever happens. We're not saying an accident like I
understand what you're saying. I get it.
What I'm saying is if I'm looking down at my girl leg while I'm driving and I run into a car, that's my fault. Whether or not I got distracted or I need to prioritize what I'm doing before I, do anything else.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you, it's everybody right to do what they want to do, but knowledge is key.
Amen.
Knowledge is definitely key.
Yeah.
Black folks, we need to get a lot better at going to these doctors to check yourself. Because, honey, I done beat cancer 6 times and I'm going in for a 7th round. And one thing I refuse to do is not have the knowledge of what's going on with my body.
Right.
Well, you do better.
You have the right to do whatever you want with your body. But to people that are watching, I will urge you to try to, basically know what's going on with your body. Knowledge is key.
And do preventive measures like with reach out to
like he said, he eats well. But
reach out to Miss V, get your cleansings done, get your detoxes done.
Yeah.
Try the holistic method. Because like I said, a lot of black folks, but definitely black men don't like going to doctors. I know two black males right now that they're in their 30s. They don't know when the last time they've been to a doctor. And I think that's crazy. Like I was telling somebody the other day, like me, I'm the type of person, I'm not scared of the doctor. I can have a bump on my hand and I'm in the emergency room and they're like, Anthony, it's just a mosquito bite. Go home. So like, I just want to know.
I just want to make sure.
I just want to make sure. Do I need some medicine for this? They're like, no, just go home. Get out of here. I want to know. So I can have a bad headache and I'm in the emergency room. And they're like, Anthony, you're just hungry. Go eat.
Sir, at the bottom, I want to ask you a quick question, just to backtrack a little bit. So you don't believe that people can have genetic diseases?
You're asking me that?
The young man at the bottom.
Now, there's things that, all right, I believe there are genetic diseases such as one black people suffer from sickle cell. Right now, that come on, man, that's so.
What about diabetes?
Yes,
only diabetes 1. Diabetes 1 is hereditary. Type 2 diabetes is because the things you're putting into your body.
And you're clogging up your arteries.
To answer your question clearly, yes.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page.
That blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, all that kind of stuff. That foolishness, nah, they ain't. No. They say that.
Say it again. Say it
all
again.
the rest of those are foolishness. Meaning you can avoid that junk, so he don't want to hear it.
Wait. Call him out again, sir. What you said? What you say?
Like that heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. That's foolishness. That's nah. They tell you it's hereditary, but y'all need to quit eating.
The behavior is what was hereditary.
But what happens when people eat properly and they're healthy, but they still have high blood pressure? How is it not hereditary then?
Well, y'all family need to get off of Facebook and get off the phone. They are other people's business. Other people's business will drive your blood pressure up.
Bam.
Okay.
Stress. Keeping up with the Joneses.
That's
the main thing too. Stress. Yep.
Okay.
Well.
Unlearn to relearn.
Yes.
I like that's a new word we learned tonight. Unlearn to relearn. Well, listen, we're dwindling down to our end, and we don't want to stay on any longer. But I just want to say thank you, Miss Fee, for coming on. I really appreciate you. You have been amusing, educational, you know, the whole 9 yards, and I definitely appreciate you coming on. I'm still blown away, you know, and everything, and I'm still going down your Instagram and like, oh my God, look at this. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, to say the least. I want everybody to know that, you know, definitely reach out to Miss Fee. All of her information is right there on the screen. She said definitely call her. She prefer phone calls. Her phone number is on the screen, but her website is there, her Instagram, her Facebook, her phone number. Reach out to her. I mean,
her social security number, blood type, all of that's down there.
All is down
Miss Fee, I gotta tell you, I'm digging that hair wrap you got on tonight, ma'am. I'm loving that hair wrap.
Okay.
You gotta teach me how to tie, girl. Teach me how to tie.
Okay.
YouTube, YouTube University teaches me.
YouTube, that's my dog. That's my best. That's.
Okay.
I'm sorry, TeAma. I'm only cheating on you with YouTube. That's my best friend up there, TeAma.
Okay.
So YouTube teaches me everything else. I got to put that side note in there because she'll cut me.
Okay.
I was on the side of the road and I had a flat tire. Nobody would pull over. Nobody would stop. And I'm just like, and I've never changed a tire before. YouTube, the model of my car, where to find the spare tire, everything. Changed by myself. I was like,
what?
Okay.
Child, I'm special. I'll be like, all right, Progressive, I need to use that roadside assistance. That's my policy. That pay you $1,000 a month.
She's a 20.
I didn't have time to wait. I had to have places to go. People to see.
I know that's right. Got things to do.
Okay.
Listen, don't anybody on here log off, because Teama wanted to show y'all something after I get off the screen. So let me end the show.
No, do it on the screen.
Oh, you want to show the world?
Oh. Yeah, somebody asked for it. Send it out.
Oh, okay.
Baby Brown is all right.
Okay.
What we showing? That's my God, baby. He's tasty. He's my baby.
Who baby?
I'm so glad your hair was cute.
Oh, wow.
Hey. That's godmama baby there.
Y'all gonna make me emotional. I ain't got time. Me and babies, we go way back. This is wow.
Like, girl, let me tell you, my best friend was on the phone with me for 20 minutes and didn't even know what was going on.
No clue. I had no clue.
I went to the emergency room by myself.
Oh, so precious.
Thank you.
God. Thank you for being vulnerable and showing that. A lot of people, you know, I appreciate that. I really appreciate
I mean, at the end of the day, at least you wasn't ugly on that table, because I done seen some ugly people.
Girl,
not that the people was ugly, but how they look while they going in afterwards, it's like, ooh, how you even got pregnant?
A whole mess.
I know that's right.
Make sure you right, you know.
Everybody on the panel got locks. I love it.
Yeah.
Plus got locks. Miss Fee, yes, come through with the naturalness. I got them. Even though my camera is off, I'm looking a hot mess, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Still
I
beautiful.
saw you today. You was cute. How do you look a hot mess now?
Cause it's 10:50 and I've been around the world. Ooh, I went to this place with.
She in North Carolina in the country. So you know what they say about country boys.
Listen, I went to the fish table today in Carolina. When I tell you, I came in with my little two, took out the extra one, and walked out there with 800. I was like, man, I love Carolina. I don't want to never come back to Florida, but it's too country to stay here.
Okay.
And everything's so far away, like from where I am.
South Carolina not ready for you, girl.
Yeah, they didn't listen. They ain't about that life. I turn
Your
Carolina
God
high.
baby will be like, hey, God mama, from way over here.
From way over there.
Okay, right. I can't leave my babies.
But anyway, just want to say thank you all for coming on tonight, especially you, Miss Fee. And again, everybody, Ezra, thank you for coming on at the last minute. I don't have your phone number, so when he told me that you wanted to come on to the show, Ezra, I couldn't send it to you because your number changed. Last number I had for you. So you changed your number.
You can't be changing your number, not giving it to Mr. Anthony Brown now.
I got you from the FBI or from some of them baby mamas. So I don't have your new number.
We're right under there.
I ain't got no kids. I changed my.
I'm just messing with you. But yeah,
and Miss B covered her face. She's covered her face.
I'm just minding my business over here. Just minding my business.
She wants no parts of the shade.
I gotta get your new. I sent you the link on your Facebook Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can send me back your new number, and then I'll program it. So next time we have the show, I can just text you the link right away.
All right.
And then you, since you're local, you can also help me with this vegan transition.
Yeah, man, you gotta do it, man.
You have to.
Man, that meat they make now, I probably talked about this already, but that meat they make now will keep you bloated. I quit meat for 30 days and lost 15 pounds off of just no meat.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We be
and when I ate it again for the first time, it was like, why am I even eating this?
Yeah, you don't want it. And this makes you feel so down and just so sluggish. After
it's heavy. It makes you heavy. Yes, it makes you feel heavy.
Yeah,
I felt the first time I ate it again, it felt like I had a brick in my belly.
Okay.
What'd you say, Ezra?
I said if I knew this was the topic, I would have came in earlier. Like,
man, yeah, it was.
That means you haven't subscribed and hit the bell.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't be on this phone. Man.
If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification every time we go live.
Nah, my number.
Call me. Call him. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Fee, do you ever do fasting?
I do. Yes. And it gives your body a break because we put our bodies through so much. The digestion process takes forever. So yeah, sometimes it's tea, the herbal tea and spring water. And if not, then I'll just do like a herbal. I won't cook. It'd be all raw fruits and vegetables. And I do have a list of doctors say I just eat off that list. And I just keep.
You do a total body, a total fast, or do you have certain things?
If I do the total fast, it's just spring water and tea, herbal teas. And the longest I've done.
And how long do you do it?
2 weeks, 14 days. And with the detox, I would do the pill for detox. What happened?
14 days.
Okay, listen. So I did a 40-day fast.
Okay.
Because I'm a veteran at fasting.
She thought she was
my best friend did a 3-day fast and she died the whole way.
That's how I was gonna die, but I'm gonna tell you, off them 3 days, I don't know what it is by this number 15. I probably need to go play these numbers. I lost 15 pounds off those 3 days.
Yeah, you will see a.
But I thought I was gonna die. Listen.
Were you having like side effects? Like what were you having? Like,
girl, I was in the bed like I was half dead. I Netflix and chill for 3 days. Me and my husband in the bed.
Literally, she called me 50 times a day.
I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I'm telling you, it'll have you rethinking life. It just be like, wait a minute, like I'm not eating.
I promise you.
Miss Fee, so you're doing the fasting. you're recommending, like you said, the tea, because I guess you're getting your supplements or whatever from the tea.
Right, you get the supplements from. If you do the full body tea detox that I offer on my website, it's all the tea like cascara sangrata, burdock root, all the stuff that cleanses you. And then I also suggest if you don't do food, at least sea moss, because you're gonna still get your vitamins and minerals in from the sea moss, because the tea is actually flushing everything out.
They say the sea moss get you pregnant. They say you take that sea moss, they blow you up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that.
I'll tell you about the sea moss.
I was just gonna order that. Scratch.
Let me tell you about the sea moss. The sea moss and the black seed oil. Because I take both of them. The sea moss and the black seed oil. It it curbs your appetite, because sometimes I'll take that in the morning and I'll take it around noontime, and it'd be like 6 o'clock in the evening for the first meal of the day. I'm like, damn, I didn't eat nothing today. And and all I had the whole day so far was just my sea moss, my black seed oil, and that was it. And then nothing about taking both of those since I've been taking them. Oh Lord, these embarrassing moments. Here go another one.
So if you was to touch a female, she'll be pregnant instantly.
I know. I was gonna say. I notice when I masturbate. I'm telling my business to the world.
Oh.
It's almost like a gallon coming out.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm so done.
Increase the sperm
a
count.
gallon. Oh my. Okay. I mean, I do notice.
It rejuvenates.
Now I do notice when I do the water fast, since we getting all graphic and stuff, YouTube gonna kick us off. But when I drink a bunch of water, honey, listen, that squirt game be on point. I'm just saying. Well, Anthony started it, so I had to do one for the ladies, you know.
Do one for the females. I appreciate that. But yes,
shout out to the squirters. Shout out to the squirters that's watching, you know. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have told that I was a little vulgar before I came in here. I'm so sorry.
It's a whole combination. You get all kind of stuff going on. Like
you know what? I'm gonna get me some sea moss because ain't no chance of me getting pregnant.
You keeping the sea moss, and I just get the detox.
Oh, she's scared now. She don't want to have another brother or sister. You gonna be around here like the people that who children? How old your children? Both of them 1 year old. How is that possible? Look, they're a few months apart.
Anya, me and Tony already talked. I'm gonna be Tony's surrogate. Okay. So if I'm not holding somebody else's baby, it better not be mine.
Oh, Tony, you want the little baby? Why you want
it? Better not be mine.
Tony, you want a baby?
Yes.
Wait, no. I mean, not to say that, but you gonna be a parent?
Excuse me?
You gonna be a single parent?
No, I have a lover.
Oh, okay, all right. My bad. Oh, all right.
There will be lovers and friends. Listen, that's a lot, though. A baby is a lot.
So the baby will have 3 parents. Because I'm not going to hide TeAma from him.
As long as he know, he better take his kid. He better not get to the final Y and be like,
never mind.
Psych.
I'm blowing up some shit.
Psych.
You're gonna be like T Savage, you got another new god, baby. Huh? What?
Because they gonna act. I'm gonna look at that baby and do a power walk up out the hospital.
Just bring them to me. I got them. Auntie Anya got them. I got them. I got all the children.
I'm not getting set up.
Uncle.
What'd you say, Tony?
Uncle.
Ezra and Legacy both will be the uncle.
Oh, Uncle Ez. I like that, Uncle Ez.
He's like, come on, bro.
Ezra, that's biblical, right? Ezra in that Bible somewhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't ask me well, because that's a shame. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, let me end the show. And y'all hold on, don't hang up. Let me just end the show. But again, thank you all for coming tonight. I appreciate it. I've been trying to end the show.
On behalf of Legacy, A.T.L. whore.
My nigga too for the goat, these other niggas basic.
Say what? No nigga wrist a silver chain around his neck. Say what? A.T.L show coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we are still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the A.T.L show.
Kayla got her key. You got your key?
Say what?
I need my key locked.
Say what?
Yo.
Coming for their neck. Say what? We gon' say it all different from the rest. Say what? A.T.L show, know that we the best. Say what? Yeah, who was that? A.T.L show coming live, speak about the world. Know that we are still. We got Anthony, TeAma, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the A.T.L show.